Career Advancement, Part 4, Art of Negotiation. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows through the cafe windows, Emily and Daniel found themselves once again engaged in a lively discussion about their careers. They had covered many aspects of career growth, professional development, networking, resilience, but now, their conversation shifted to a crucial skill that could make or break their journey to the top: negotiation.
Daniel, there's something we haven't talked about yet that's been on my mind lately. Negotiation. I've realized that knowing how to negotiate effectively can really impact your career, whether it's for salary, promotions, or even work-life balance. What's your take on that?
I couldn't agree more, Emily. I think negotiation is one of those skills that people tend to overlook, but it's absolutely essential. And it's not just about money. It's about negotiating for the opportunities that align with your goals. Have you ever had to negotiate for something in your career?
Oh, absolutely. There was this one time I had to negotiate for a more flexible schedule. It wasn't easy, but it turned out to be one of the best decisions I made. What about you? Have you had any tough negotiations that paid off? Question. Daniel, in your opinion, what's the most important factor when entering a negotiation? Would you say A. Knowing your worth, B. Understanding the other party's perspective, C. Preparing thoroughly?
I'd go with B. Understanding the other party's perspective. I've found that when you walk into a negotiation, knowing what the other side wants is just as important as knowing what you want. It's about finding that balance where both parties feel like they're getting something valuable. What do you think?
That's a great point. I've seen people go into negotiations only focused on their side, and it almost never works out. But when you understand the other person's motivations, you can frame your asks in a way that's beneficial for both.
As they talked, Emily shared a story about how she once secured a better role by framing her request in terms of how it would benefit the company. By showing how her new responsibilities could lead to greater efficiency and success for the team, she made her case stronger.
Emily, one of the things I've struggled with in the past is knowing when to walk away from a negotiation. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to make that tough call?
Question. Daniel, when do you think is the right time to walk away from a negotiation? A. When the offer doesn't align with your goals. B. When the other party isn't willing to compromise. C. When you feel undervalued in the process.
I'd say A. When the offer doesn't align with your goals. I think it's important to remember why you're negotiating in the first place. If the offer doesn't help you achieve your long-term goals, no matter how tempting it might seem in the moment, it's better to walk away. Otherwise, you risk compromising your values or getting stuck in a position that won't help you grow.
That's so true. It can be hard to walk away, especially when the stakes are high. But you have to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. There was a time when I was offered a promotion, but the role wasn't aligned with where I wanted to go. It was hard to say no, but it was the right decision in the end.
Exactly. Knowing when to say no is just as important as knowing what to ask for. It's all part of protecting your long-term career trajectory.
They discussed how difficult it can be to walk away from an offer, but agreed that staying true to one's career goals and values was essential. Emily shared another story about a time when she felt undervalued during a negotiation and how walking away opened up a much better opportunity just a few months later.
Daniel, another thing I've noticed is that negotiation isn't just about what happens during the conversation itself. What you do before and after can have a huge impact. What's your approach to following up after a negotiation? Question: Daniel, what's the best way to follow up after a negotiation to ensure long-term success? A. Building stronger relationships with the other party. B. Documenting the agreements and keeping records. C. Reflecting on the lessons learned from the negotiation.
I'd go with A. Building stronger relationships with the other party. I think after a negotiation, it's crucial to maintain and even strengthen the relationship with the other person. Whether the negotiation went well or not, building trust and rapport can lead to future opportunities. You never know when you might need to work with that person again.
I completely agree. Even if you didn't get everything you wanted, if you handle the follow-up well, you leave the door open for more discussions down the line. I've had instances where a negotiation didn't go in my favor at first, but because I kept the relationship strong, things worked out later.
Exactly. It's all about playing the long game. You may not win every negotiation, but if you leave a positive impression, it can pay off in ways you don't expect.
As they wrapped up their conversation, Emily and Daniel reflected on the importance of negotiation as an ongoing skill that develops over time. They both agreed that mastering negotiation wasn't just about getting what you want. It was about building relationships, knowing when to walk away, and understanding the broader context of their careers.
I think what we've talked about today has really highlighted that negotiation isn't just a one-time thing. It's a skill we need to refine continuously. Whether we're asking for a raise or negotiating new responsibilities, it's all part of shaping our careers.
Absolutely. And the better we get at it, the more control we have over where our careers take us. I've learned that negotiation is about strategy as much as it is about communication.
Right, and the more we understand the dynamics of negotiation, the better prepared we'll be for whatever comes our way. It's definitely something I want to focus more on as I move forward in my career.
Same here. I think it's one of those skills that will always be relevant, no matter what stage of our careers we're in.
As the evening settled in and the cafe grew quieter, Emily and Daniel left with a newfound appreciation for the art of negotiation, realizing that with the right preparation, strategy, and approach, they could continue shaping their careers in meaningful ways. Here are 5 final words and phrases related to the theme of career advancement, art of negotiation.
Negotiation. The process of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement through discussion and compromise. Leverage. The power or advantage one has in a negotiation, often used to achieve a desired outcome.
Compromise. Finding a middle ground where both parties can agree, often requiring concessions from both sides. Walk away. The decision to exit a negotiation when the terms don't align with one's goals or values.
Follow up. The actions taken after a negotiation, such as maintaining relationships or documenting agreements.